So it's 11:30 in the morning U.S. Eastern Time. And if you're in California, it's 8:30 in the morning. Let me know using the chat box where you're joining me from. My name's Countess, and this is the next in a series of online events that I've been holding for well over a month now. I'm doing these 7 days a week, so we'll have one tomorrow as well. We'll be doing these live every single day until April 30th, and then we take a break for a few days, and then on May 5th, we'll be back with a 5-day-a-week event. My ask of you is to please share my emails and share the social media posts that you see and like my social pages. The more you do that, the more credible you become, and certainly it expands my audience, but it makes the people who follow you better informed and makes you a credible source because you are sharing information that you have found valuable for your marketing efforts. And by the way, let me know the struggles that you're having with marketing. Go ahead and ask questions, and if you're not sure where the Q&A box is, it's down at the bottom of your screen. If you don't see a black bar, just move your mouse a little bit and that black bar will appear. And then you'll be able to ask questions, put in your comments, use the chat box, and let me know what city you are joining me from today. And also, let me know you can hear me well. Go ahead and use that raise hand button and let me know you can hear me well. There's Michael and Ron, the first two in. Great. All right, listen, this is a 20-minute version of a 90-minute workshop. So here's what I'm going to teach you in the next 20 minutes. It's how to get new and repeat business on autopilot with email marketing. So if you're ready to go, let's get things started. If you're like many of the businesses that I talk to, it's likely that you're concerned with the following: finding new customers, maybe not having enough time to do everything, and retaining existing customers. Sound like you? I thought so. So today I want to give you some practical email marketing ideas to solve for each of those concerns. But first, I want to challenge you a little bit. I want to flip this list a bit by putting retaining customers at the top of the list. Now, why would we want to do that? Well, there are two reasons. One is that gaining a new customer can be up to 25 times more expensive than retaining an existing one. And you may not realize this, but a 5% increase in retention of your existing customers can nearly double your profits. I don't know about like you, but I like the way that sounds. Another thing you should know is that nearly every person checks their email every single day. Email allows you to reach people in a place they visit every day. And because you're reaching them in a place that they've actually invited you to be, meaning their inbox, the email feels more personal than a public forum like social media might feel. And also, 52% of people are likely to switch brands if a company doesn't personalize communications. And by the way, that comes from Salesforce.com. I know you've heard of them. So what do I mean by personalized? Well, I'd like you to think about it in two ways. First, think about one-to-one messages. A person should feel like you're talking to them directly and not to a group of people. And I'm sure a lot of people here on this session are familiar with the term email blast. Well, I'd encourage you not to think of your emails as though you're blasting out a message to many people. Instead, try to mimic what the conversation would be like if you were face-to-face with your customer wherever possible. A simple shift like this will allow you to create more powerful and effective emails. Secondly, time and relevance matter. Offers, information, and conversations should feel timely and relevant to get the best results. A message with tips on buying your first home doesn't make a lot of sense to someone in the process of selling their first home. Nor does a message about puppy supplies make sense to someone who maybe owns an older cat. You can see where I'm going with this, I'm sure. So if your messages miss the mark here, you're likely to get lackluster results. Oh, and speaking of results, personalized promotional emails deliver 6 times higher transaction rates. And the good news is that when it comes to personalization, you have a huge advantage over the big guys. You are often face to face with your customers, maybe not during social distancing face to face, but you can certainly do it on Zoom like this. You see me, we're sort of face to face. You see my face, I don't see yours, but you get to know people personally. And knowing what we know points to the bigger question, which is how can you use email to get new and repeat business most effectively? And that's what I'm going to try to answer. Today, I'm going to cover how to turn more website visitors into new contacts, how to automate timely engagement with new contacts, and how to do more business by sending relevant emails. My name's Ken Countess. I'm Managing Director of the Countess Group. I've got 40 years as a marketer. In my 20th year, helping businesses of all sizes grow. And before that, I spent over 20 years as a senior marketing executive at 3 pretty big names, Motorola, Marriott, and a company that's now owned by CVS called Caremark. The Countess Group is now in its 20th year, and we help businesses just like yours gain an unfair advantage over your competition. We teach you how to do targeted marketing, targeted lead generation, brand awareness, automation for sure, and then communicating during difficult times and good times as well. So here's my question. Are you ready? All right, here we go.
Email is an essential way to build customer relationships and get real business results. Your customers check email several times a day. Email marketing makes beautiful, professional-looking emails affordable, easy, and ready to send in just 3 steps. First, choose a customizable template and add your message, colors, logo, and images. In just minutes, you've created your email. Second, import your customer list from Gmail, Outlook, and more. When you're ready, divide your list into groups so the right people get the right message. No list? No problem. Get your list growing in no time by asking your current customers and friends to sign up. Your customers can even join your list from their phones or your Facebook page and website. Want to reach customers beyond the inbox? It's easy to share your emails on social networks like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and for your customers to share with their networks too. Think of it as the word of mouth your business relies on, gone social. Your third step? Hit send and let email marketing track your results for you. See how many opens and clicks your email is getting, and watch business roll in.
And so if you're not using email marketing, you're really missing out on a huge opportunity because email provides you with data that you don't get using other tools. So let's talk first about how to turn more website visitors into contacts that you can then email. Let me ask you this question. Is it easier to reach people when you have their contact information or when you don't? Well, the answer is pretty obvious, isn't it? When you have an email address, you are able to influence whether or not someone returns to your website or comes back to your store, plain and simple. Email gives you the ability to reach your customers in a place they visit every day. And with the prevalence of mobile technology, you can reach them wherever they are. So today I'm going to focus on how you can increase the email signups you get from your website by up to 150%. How? By using what I call a dynamic sign-up form. So what do I mean by a dynamic sign-up form? Typically, when you visit a website, you'll see a static form like this one embedded somewhere on the page. And these forms rely on your visitor seeking them out. It's passive. However, a dynamic form is active. It presents itself to your visitor after a specified period of time or when they are about to leave your website. What's exciting about these dynamic forms is that we've seen them increase email signups by as much as 150%. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ugh, I hate pop-up forms, right? Well, here's the thing. Most people aren't using them the right way, and it's hard to argue with the effectiveness of these forms. Signups increased by 150%. So let me give you some tips on how to use these the right way so both you and your website visitors don't hate them. You see, when someone has a form presented to them, when they're about to leave your website, you're not interfering with their activity. Rather, as they're getting ready to leave, the form pops up. And if what they found on your site is valuable, it might encourage them to join your list. On the flip side, when you have that pop-up form show up immediately when someone shows up on your page, that can be a turnoff. That's, immediately you're trying to sell them something, even if that selling is just getting them on your list. So my recommendation is have that pop-up form show up as they're about to leave your site. And by the way, stop asking, join our mailing list. The last thing you want to do is make it about receiving your email, more email. I can't wait to get more email today. Nobody ever said that, right? And that's one reason why people hate sign-up forms. They're interrupting you and not providing any value. Instead, you want to focus on providing value with your dynamic form. So what does that mean? It means focus on what's in it for them. I ask consumers a lot why they subscribe to email lists, and here's what they told me. To receive promotions or discounts or exclusive content or to support an organization. So what you want to do is frame how you ask for email addresses by offering something that feels valuable to them. Does that make sense? So here's an example. This is a dynamic form from Southside Cycling. Notice that they're not asking people just to join their mailing list. Instead, they're highlighting what people will get in exchange for their email address, which in this case is 15% off their first purchase. The description goes on to highlight the exclusive access to discounts and resources that they'll receive in the future. Maybe something like this makes sense for your business. Or here's another example. Maybe in a business-to-business world. This is a dynamic form from French Consulting. And notice they're not just asking people to sign up to get email, they're asking people to sign up to receive a free consultation. The form also lets people know that they will receive future emails with exclusive content to help them market their business. Is there something that you can offer people in exchange for their email address? Perhaps an educational ebook, a white paper, or a step-by-step guide. And by the way, I do see there's stuff popping in the chat box, so we'll go ahead and address that shortly. In this dynamic form from Hearts and Tails, it's all about getting a free adoption guide. So they're providing a valuable service for new contacts to help both the contact and the organization accomplish their goals. And as a nonprofit, how would you entice people to give you their email address? Things to remember about your email list. You'll do more business if you have an email address from someone than if you don't. Dynamic forms increase signups by 150% and focus on what your contact gets in exchange for their email address. And once these people join your list, how do you take advantage of this highly engaged person? Here's how to automate timely engagement with new contacts. An owner of a cheese shop in Massachusetts has a sign-up sheet at his register for what he calls his sometimes monthly email newsletter. Now that's honest, but there's something wrong with this undisciplined line of thinking when it comes to mailing frequency. Imagine a likely scenario. It may be one you're familiar with. Imagine someone decides to subscribe to this sometimes monthly email newsletter. So sometimes monthly can be 3 months before a new subscriber even hears from them. That's too long of a gap. Make sure that you're mailing people at least once a month. And by the way, when someone signs up for your mailing list, welcome emails generate 320% more revenue. Isn't that awesome? And 77% of automation users see an increase in conversions by using automation. Now, you may think that getting started with email automation is difficult or time-consuming, but guess what? I'm here to show you how email automation can make your email communication easier and more efficient. Today, I'm going to provide guidance so you can reach your contacts with more timely and relevant emails for better results. And by the way, as I mentioned, when someone signs up for your mailing list, it's a time when the new contact is highly engaged with your business. And so you want to be sure you take advantage of this time. So to do that, I recommend 2 emails in a welcome series. The first is the delivery welcome email. Open rates for a welcome email average about 50% compared to about 16% for regular emails. And your new contacts should receive this email immediately after they sign up. Its purpose is to fulfill on the offer that you entice them to sign up with and to welcome them to your mailing list. And then you can set up some expectations on what they'll receive from you in the future. You see, that welcome email should then lead to an invitation to connect with you. That's the second email they should get. Send that a few days later. Invite them to connect and let them know how to reach you. So 2 steps here. And this applies to whether you're business to consumer or business to business. Email 1 is the welcome. Email 2 is inviting them to connect with you on social media. And remember that timely engagement matters. Automate the process to build relationships and increase the likelihood of sales. Use a simple welcome series. That first email delivers on your offer and welcomes your new contact. And then email number 2 invites the new connection to connect with you on social media. Now, what happens in the future? This moves us to part 3, which is how to do business by sending relevant emails. 77% of automation users see an increase in conversions. So what might you do? One might be a birthday email. These are obviously date-based. That's associated with the contact. And a birthday email can be triggered to send each year on or before their birthday to make them feel special. Open rates are in the 34% range. And that's more than double the average email rates of 16%. And then there are anniversary emails. They work the same way. They don't have to be a wedding anniversary. It can be to celebrate an annual milestone or a yearly reminder of some sort. So birthday and anniversary emails are a great way to nurture relationships on a much more personal level by recognizing and rewarding people on special days. Now, all of your contacts are unique and they have different needs and interests in regard to your business. So if you're sharing irrelevant information, it's easy to tune you out and not pay attention. And I've also mentioned how important timeliness is when it comes to your marketing. If your contact isn't ready for the information you want to share, it's going to fall on deaf ears. But what if I told you you could ensure you're sending timely and relevant emails to the right people at the right time, and thus increasing the effectiveness of your messages? And better still, you can automate much of the process, saving you time. So how do we do it? There are 2 main types of automated emails in Constant Contact. The first type is an automated email series, which sends emails when a certain action takes place. So it could be that you could send to a broad group of contacts. You can allow them to self-segment and then follow up with timely information. So the one first email, and this one from Southside Cycling, it highlights reasons why they should join your cycling club. The second one then introduces another unique aspect. In this case, it's the club leader. And then the third shares some photos from other club members to invoke a fear of missing out. What you've just seen here is someone showing interest and then automatically receiving timely, relevant information. And once you set it up, it continues to work on autopilot. It's based on when someone clicks on a link to get added to a list with the automation attached to it. If someone clicks on the link to the original email, gauging interest about cycling today or next week, they're going to receive the same information based on their own timeline. Make sense? Let's look at another example. Here's one with click, segmentation, and automation. This is from Marketing Consultants French Consulting, and in this case, when they sent an email to gauge interest in their website design service, they used click segmentation. So when someone clicks to scan my website, they're added to a list called Website Design Prospects in the account. And this triggers a series of automated messages. Number one is give them reasons why they should click. Number two is to highlight a unique aspect of your business. And then number three may be to invoke a fear of missing out. The same holds true for nonprofits that can send to a broad group of contacts and then send another series to people who are only interested in this dog, and then follow up with timely information. Same strategy, different type of business. And the same holds true on a retail group. And this may be an onboarding group, onboarding series. And then you can have an anticipation series where you're sending an email to an interested audience and then following up with them with preparation for an event perhaps, and then maybe educational info as well. So there's all kinds of content that you could be sending. The whole idea is to send more timely, relevant emails. Gauge interest from your contacts. Create triggers and interest lists. And then automate relevant follow-up emails. So these are ways that you can put your email marketing on autopilot. Use dynamic forms rather than static forms. Engage new contacts as a welcome series, and then use click segmentation to automate and send timely, relevant content. Setting up dynamic forms is super simple. And if you're using Constant Contacts, it's really, really simple. And there are other tools there as well. You could see behind me, Keep, which is another more sophisticated automation series that you can use. Bottom line is that email marketing's return on investment is over $42 for every dollar you spend. And more than 3/4 of people prefer to be marketed to using email marketing. But it really is hard to beat a 42-to-1 return on investment. If you've attended any of my sessions in the past, you know about this company in Daytona Beach, Florida, who had annual sales of $50,000 a year for several years running. And they were using Google AdWords to try to market their business, and they got 0 results. They told me it was like flushing money down the toilet. And so they started using email marketing after they attended one of my workshops. You may know that I'm one of Constant Contact's top partners in the world, have been for years. So once they started using email marketing, and remember, they were selling about $50,000 a year of product. They started using email, and here's the video they sent me not very long after they started using it.
Hi, I'm Pamela Fay, co-owner of Imprints for Less, founded in 2010. We provide over 1 million products with your logo on them. Everything from bags, pens, cups, anything you can imagine. In our first year, we averaged $50,000 in sales. Business growth was slow in the first 3 years, and in 2013, we started using Constant Contact. With the help of Countess, our business tripled almost immediately. Today, we average over $500,000 in sales annually. Everyone at Imprints for Less would like to thank Constant Contact and Countess. Thanks, Ken!
So as I mentioned, I've been one of Constant Contact's top partners for years and years and years. And Constant Contact has done so much for this company that They grew to $700,000 last year, and all they were using was email marketing. I forgot to mention they stopped using AdWords when they started using email. And so for them, the return on investment is over 300 to 1. For every dollar they spend, they get 300 back. So imagine spending $1,000 and getting 300,000 back. Email, if you're not using it, starts at just $20 a month. And I've got a special offer for you. If you can start free, and I'll give you a URL to start free here in just a couple of minutes. If you upgrade to a paid account from the trial that I give you the URL for, we will give you up to 2 hours of training free, upload your first list free, and we'll provide you with a reusable template that matches your branding free. So you go to completelyfreetrial.com. Maybe you already have an email marketing account. Start a new one. Use a different email address. And that's when we can provide that offer to you. And then maybe after you've had some experience with email, you're ready to go to the next level. If that's the case, I'd recommend you start using a product called Keep. And what Keep allows you to do is really add some very sophisticated automation to your email campaign, where you can have not only triggers, but you can have emails go out if people don't take an action. It's a pretty amazing piece of software. And take a look at this to see how it works.
Welcome to Keep. Keep is an all-in-one CRM, sales, and marketing automation software designed for growing businesses. We'll show you how Keep organizes all your info, helps you always follow up, close more leads, automate your daily work, gets you paid, and allows you to impress your clients. Seriously, all that in one platform. Say you need to quickly connect with a client, but you're struggling to find their contact information. With Keep, all of your client info is at your fingertips in one place, synced with your apps and email inbox so you never miss an opportunity to get a lead. Keep makes it easy to take the right next action for every lead. Your team and work is growing, and important things start falling through the cracks, leading to lost business. Stop missing details and close more leads with our scalable sales process. You can track leads all in one place with our powerful Keep pipeline. Customize the stages of your sales cycle to correspond with the way you do business and move leads along the visual dashboard. Let's say you want to easily send emails and create tasks once a lead is moved from one stage to another. You can do that with pipeline automation. You're trying to set up a meeting with a client and going through the pain of email to find a time that works for everyone involved. Set your schedule in Keep. Your clients can simply see when you're free and easily book and accept appointments with you. You are manually sending the same emails over and over again. Using our powerful campaign builder to automatically capture and email new leads, assign tasks, and send emails that nurture leads into paying clients. Create any kind of automation you want to fit your process and needs, making Keep the most powerful tool on the market for CRM. Say you want to automate a consultation request with leads. With Campaign Builder, you can set up sequences to trigger events, such as when a lead clicks on an email link. Your time is valuable. Let Keep do the hard work and help you grow your business. We see how you spend hours of tedious, awkward bill collecting. No one wants to do that. Keep gets you paid faster with online invoices, payment reminders, and automatic recurring payments. Can't remember who you need to send an invoice to? We'll tell you. See who has opened, viewed, and paid your invoices. Create and send invoices straight to clients within minutes. Keep is here to make you and your business efficient, productive, and successful.
So if you're looking for some really great software that allows you to do so many things, you might want to consider using Keep. Now, for those of you who joined early, I asked this poll once before, but this is your chance to vote again. And let me know if you're interested in learning more about automation. But here's something that's even better than that. If you act before April 30th, you can save 47% off of Keep and get your first month free. If you go to thecountessgroup.com/keep, thecountessgroup.com 2020/keep. So my question for you is, what will your 2020 look like if you don't do anything different than you did last year? Given the current situation, how, people are really struggling to keep things going. You may find it difficult to keep sales up, right? I know a lot of people are in that situation. So think about this. I've got 3 actions for you to do this week. And maybe your week starts on Saturday, so you have a whole week to go. We're presenting this live on a Saturday. You may be watching the replay on another day of the week, but you've got 3 actions to do this week. Number 1 is review your marketing. Let me know if it's delivering the results that you need to succeed. Number 2, schedule a consultation with me. If you haven't already scheduled a free consult, go ahead and sign up. And sign up for our events. By the way, we have a new meeting calendar up on our website. You might want to check that out. And number 3, sign up for the tools that will help you grow your business. All right, I'm ready to go to Q&A. If you're not sure where the Q&A button is, or if it's hidden, just move your mouse down to the bottom of the screen. And when you do that, that will reveal the Q&A and the chat boxes. My name's Ken Countess. I'm Managing Director of the Countess Group. We help businesses just like yours gain an unfair advantage over your competition. We're full service. We can handle just about anything you need to market your business. Why would you hire us? It's because we're a team of over 30 people with over 40 years of marketing expertise, and we can coach you or we can do it for you. My ask is that you share the emails you get from me and share my social media posts and like my social pages. That will increase your own exposure as well. And finally, make sure that you take time to absorb and share and practice the information that you've seen today. And call me if you have any questions. Hey, we'll all get through this challenging time by working together. So let's go to Q&A, and while we do that, I'll put up our website URL where you can find replays, upcoming events, free trials. You can schedule a consultation and more. Connect with me on social media. If you're not already doing it, we are on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, just about any place you might find yourself on social, you'll find us there too. And until April 30th, every single morning, Saturdays and Sundays included, we're presenting half-hour webinars that start at 11:30 in the morning, U.S. Eastern Time. Replays can be found on thecountessgroup.com and also on our YouTube channel, which, if you haven't done it already, I'd encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You'll find the video replays there first. So when you get to YouTube, and you go to our page where there are over 150 videos already, just click that red subscribe button and you'll get alerted when we have a new webinar up there or a new video up there. But either way, make sure you sign up to attend our webinars by going to our website, thecountessgroup.com, and you'll see the calendar of upcoming events there as well. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to having you attend our next session. So join us again soon. Bye for now.